Scorpio, welcome to your monthly reading here on the Astroflower. It's going to be a month reading for December. I don't know why I want to laugh. I just want to laugh with you at the moment. I think it's could be a case of, if you don't laugh, you cry sort of scenario. Three of Cups. I want to laugh. I want to laugh. Overall energies here. We've got the karmic missions here on your relationship sides, on your emotional sort of side. Here is on your financial and job, business and projects. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. But we will also be reading it as the influence in the universe and your guides and the general outcome. So you got the Three of Cups on your overall energies. Definitely want to smile. Definitely want to smile. It's like you've got to, this month here, be concrete about a relationship that is around you. Yeah, and I think once you are concrete about this relationship that is around you, all of a sudden you realise that you can move on from something. It's been on the cards for some time. I think it came up last month as well, something about sort of now you can finally let go of something physically. And I think this is like, by accepting this new sort of pathway, you're doing that. It's like almost proof of it. Proof of it. And sometimes it takes time to get there, you know what I mean? But by the end of it, and I think you're going to be really proud with yourself, Scorpio. On your financial side, there is a pathway to follow, and there's no other pathway but this pathway. And it's built out of sort of your own wisdom of life. And yeah, it looks like it's going to be pretty passionate. There is still a bit of organisation to be done, things to be put into place, and once you do put them into place, it really does start kicking off nicely, and that's when that happiness comes back flying through. There's a couple of sticky moments here on this month actually for you, Scorpio. Overall energy, as I said, Three of Cups. Yeah, I think there's this sort of like kind of going, after the rain, comes the sun sort of scenario here. And that's what I'm getting the feeling of this for you guys. This whole sort of feeling of sort of saying the energy is coming back as if to sort of say, now it's the time to celebrate. Now is the time to celebrate. You're fully out of your birthday season. You should be getting on. Things should be happening in your life. On a physical but also an emotional sort of sense, and you can get back into the flow of things, as it were. And I think this is where the overall energy is trying to encourage you to come out of your shell and enjoy yourself. Not that you're scared of that at all. On your karmic mission for this month, you get the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah, it's an offering. It's an offering on a physical front. Excuse me, I am going to sneeze. Yeah, so sorry about that. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. It's like you've got this this opportunity to physically engage with. I think it's more of a collective in a way. I think maybe it could be engaging with a relationship which makes a statement within the collective. So statement within your family, your friends, your community. It's almost as if like, you're putting your word, where your mouth is, what does it say? You're just doing it. You're engaging physically in the relationship. You're putting, you're engaging. And it's a physical sort of thing. Yeah, I can't think of that. What's that phrase? Something. Put your something money where your mouth is. That's what we used to say. Put your money where your mouth is. This is why it doesn't ring true. That's why I couldn't say it, because it isn't put your money where your mouth is. Action speaks louder than words. I think that's on your karmic mission this week, this month. Sorry, and the moment you do, I think in the first week, I think this is where it's almost as if like, it's not like you're realizing you're letting go of something. I think you've worked that out already, or you should have worked that out already within some form of past relationship. It could be something that creates difficulty for you to actually engage in a relationship in a certain way because of past experiences. And it's as if like you're going to be engaging in relationships that are around you, and that could be also collectively as much as individually. But it's like an afterthought. It's like almost like you engage in it, and then you kind of go, oh, do you know what? I think I'm over that. This is great. And then in the second week, this is where you sort of get this. I almost get this feeling like you're floating on air. You know, it's just like you're being carried ever so gently and ever so beautifully to the next sort of level of life. And as you do, it's like that opportunity when, you know, like I like going on trains. And the reason I like going on trains is like you can just sit there and just watch the world go past and just observe what's going on out the window in life. And it almost feels like you're doing that. And as you do go forward doing that, in the third week, and this is where we come up to the solstice week as well, you start to, you know, this is where you start nurturing the things that you notice about life and sort of saying, I want that actually. And that's when this really comes into play. This is when you're going to start realizing that the physical engagement that you're having within relationships now need nurturing. It's the seed that you've planted in this period here, which is your winter period, which is the moment we plant seeds in our lives, emotionally as much as physically. The moment we start doing that, that's when we can start looking for these seeds that are germinating, things that are really working for us, or showing promise within your relationships. And you've got to nurture that. And once you do start nurturing it, that's when you start realizing by the end of the month, between Christmas and New Year, and this is when the world really brings forward some sort of change within the collective as well. Because I've done the collective reading, I don't know if you've seen it. It's been linked at the end of this reading, and you'll find it on our channel as well. But it's something that comes through. There's like a big offering for us and everything like that. And I think this plays perfectly into your modus operandi, the way you operate. All of a sudden, I think you're going to realize that you have this beautiful history that makes you incredibly unique and strong within the people that you know that are around you. It gives you this sort of sense of beautiful self-worth, but also at the same time here, because you're nurturing a certain thing that you've been carried along and sort of like notice the different things, and as you come out the other end, you you attract people who will have the same sort of vibration as you. So therefore, you will find that you're surrounded by people that actually really correspond to you in a really beautiful way. That you may not have noticed all of them beforehand, actually, but there is so you got the Three of Pentacles at the top, but you've got the overall energies of the Three of Cups in the middle, and I think this is what's finally flowing through and giving you a real sense of worth in life, or worth in relationships. Not just self-worth, but also the worth of the relationship. That's what I'm trying to sort of say. On your financial side, you get the King of Swords. King of Swords is taking a direction. It's going off in one way. But the King of Swords is also about sort of judgment, which Scorpio is all about. In the olden times, in the Sumerian region, for the weighing scale of judgment was it looked like a scorpion hung upside down, and the claws would grab the bowls, as it were, and that's how they'd balance life out. And so the old weighing machine was called a scorpion, and this is where we get Scorpio from. So you do have this sort of sense of judgment that is within you, but this is this wisdom judgment that you have that is coming through absolutely beautiful. And I think you should really be aware of that you've got to stick to that judgment or stick to that wisdom that is within you. In the first week, you get something very passionate sort of driving you forward. And I think this is the first sort of the release of the waves of energy that come through after your birthday. So as we sort of go through our birthday, then it's as if like the sap then finds its place within a tree during the winter before it starts surging back up. But it gives its results already within its roots. And I think this is bringing this forward as well, where you're, there's ideas that you've been playing on, that you've been wanting to do, and you're starting to secure those ideas, you know, fix them into place, as it were. And as you do in the second week, this is where you're going to concentrate these various things that you've been doing in order to stimulate income, or to stimulate projects, or, you know, or businesses, or whatever you're doing, and what you've been stimulating in the past, sort of at the end of November, basically. You know, the beginning of Sagittarius season. This is where you can, there's a second week, it's almost like a pause to condense it all into one cup. And then in the second week here, and then in the third week, and this is where we get to the solstice week as well, you get the Two of Cups, which is absolutely beautiful because it ties in with the Three of Cups here. It sort of feeds it in a way. And I think this unison with yourself of what you should be doing, regardless of the size of it. We're not talking about running, you know, multinational, you know, billionaire sort of companies here. You know, what you should be doing, which is in alignment with your soul. And if you look at the collective reading about this, it is creating something new. And I think this is where you come into alignment with yourself and you really feel contentment, really, more than anything else. The overall outcome is the Queen of Pentacles, which is all to do with contentment, all to do with security of the progressive path that you are following, because it's born out of wisdom, you know, and you know that this is going to yield benefits for you in the coming future. And as it does in this coming future, as you do sort of start seeing those fruits that start arriving, you can prepare for it a lot easier. So then therefore you can not miss a fruit. You know, that's half the problem with farming sometimes, is like if you're not quite ready for the time of harvest, you know, the fruit is going to become too ripe and it no longer be harvested. So I think this is a really good way of sort of preparing yourself and following on down that sort of pathway. Let's just have let's see what's going on with the Light Seers card, shall we? With the clarification on that. Thank you very much for being here, by the way, Scorpio. Really do appreciate it. I hope you get the best out of these readings. I hope they help you out in order to sort of engage yourself with the energy and the vibrations that are around you. With the Three of Cups, this joyous, happy energy, that's why I wanted to smile at the beginning, and it still comes back here, is that it is this excitement connection to other people that are around you and with yourself. And maybe this could also mean that the Two of Cups there is a job offering. That is very possible for you, as you condense things into one cup and then you've offered your cup up. You've got this new job, because things seem to be changing quite quickly for you. On the relationship side as much within the financial side. But it's built out of success in combination with other people. And that's where the energy is asking you to engage with the world around you. The more you engage, the more you will gain out of life, I think. With the Ace of Pentacles, you get the Five of Cups. Well, it's definitely not a seed of disappointment that's being sown within you. I think with this seed here, you can say goodbye to those old Three Cups and say hello to the new one, which is going to be based upon something very concrete with the world around you. And I think this opportunity, if you seize this opportunity, you will say goodbye to disappointments that you have had within your life that seem to be a little bit repetitive at times. And I think that ties into that Ten of Swords, it's dead, done and dusted with scenario, because you've got the Ten of Cups with it. This is all about converting something bad into really something great and seeing the reality for what it is. And as I said, it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen, and then you're going to realise that afterwards that it happened, and you'll realise in that moment that that's when that has turned into that. It's going to be, really nice for you. Really nice. And that's going to set up that floating feeling that you're going to get in the second week of December on your relationship side. you get the 7 of Wands, which is leading into the 7 of Pentacles, another revelation number for you at the same time. And it's putting you in a that's, you know, as I said, you're floating along. Look at that person there. She's sitting in a bubble, floating on a cushion. You know, and it's exactly that. I think as life carries you forth, because you've engaged, you're going to feel very confident about life, and it's going to make you feel very light and happy and engaging, joyously engaging. And this is where it's going to bring out the nurturing side of you within those relationships around you, and it's going to make you respond to your ultimate calling. It's like an ascension moment. I think there's a massive realization here within you, a beautiful realization of if I engage with life and do not be scared about it. If I'm scared about, I used to play rugby, which is a bit like, I guess it's a bit like American football, but I used to play rugby, and I played at a very good level. You know what I mean? We were a really good team. But anyway, no, that's enough about me. But we used to. My teacher used to say to me, and rugby teachers used to say, if you go into either to tackle someone or to be tackled, if you're frightened of being injured, there is a good chance you're going to be injured. And this taught me that you shouldn't be scared about doing something if you're prepared to start doing it. So I think here is that's what that ascension moment is about. It's about you realizing and nurturing that idea that it's okay. It's okay, and it's going to be fine. It's that as well. It's a reaffirmation of that turning that negative into positive. So what comes out with the 3 of Wands? Choice. Choice. Difficult choice, is it? Difficult choice. It will be if you're not engaged, I think. And I don't mean engaged by putting on a ring. I'm talking about engaged with life. If you're not engaged with life, it could be a bit of a painful situation that you need to address. If you're engaged with life, physically, within your relationships and everything like that, I think it's going to be a bit of a no-brainer choice. I think it's just going to be so obvious. I think that good work that you've done and the people that you'll be attracting around you, it's going to be a no-brainer of a choice. But it could be a choice that sort of says you may make a whole new circle of friends, and you might be spending a lot of time with those friends that you're not spending so much time with friends you had before, and that may well be a difficult choice for you, because it doesn't mean you don't love these people that you've been with for years and years and years, but it's life, isn't it? Sometimes. So I think it's just a no-brainer choice, and once you do, you're gonna feel like you're really you're in that gang that suits you. I mean, don't mean gang like street gang. I mean gang as in sort of like that club that suits you. And it could be just as simple as something as going and doing yoga, for example, going to a yoga club. It's as simple as that, because that's what that is all about. And it could be a disappointment that I don't feel charged within my life, or it could be about a spiritual path for you as well. This is it. With the Astroflower, you can read it in so many different cuts. It's knowing the Astroflower and knowing the Astroflower and how it sort of engages in the way of relationships. It's just all want to come out now. Is very, very particular. Okay, let's go into, they all want to jump. What is going on, Scorpio? I'll show you what they are. Page of Wands, 5 of Wands, and 6 of Cups. So, yes, just jumping out there. Maybe it's a case of engage your passion, stop fighting against yourself, and you'll realise the beauty of the path that you've already walked. Right, King of Swords, Queen of Swords. this sort of sits with you within total judgment. So now we've got, like, this is what I'm saying, like the King of Swords is facing you, right? The Queen of Swords is facing away. It's like you're choosing this path as much as this path is being forced upon you. And I don't mean forced upon you kind of going, you've got to walk down this path. Forced upon you in the sense of kind of going, if that's that and that's that, then therefore I've got to do that. You know, that's what that wisdom's all about. You know, and once you follow that, if you have a control over your emotions when you're engaging with this business, with this career path or this job or whatever it is, if you have a certain control over your emotions as you go into this, I think it's going to pay dividends for you. And it's almost as if, say, like if you're looking for a job, if you're a person that's looking for a job, be really precise about what sort of job you want to be doing. And if you do that, then that's what's going to sort of, seems like it's going to be offering around the Christmas time. There's a realization when there's a coming together of something. But for other people, say like if you're in a business and etc., it's taking that clear direction for your business. The moment you start doing that, and I think it needs to be in alignment with who you are, more than anything else. It just really, it's divine counterparts in a way, but it is mentally stimulated, and you have all this air at your base as well, Scorpio. And with all of that air, it's a lot of emotions that's driven by deep inner thoughts. You know, a very, very reflective sign, you know, you are. So let's see what's going on in the first week with the King of Wands. Yeah, it's been very enthusiastic, and I think it's shone a light in your life that you're capable of doing a multitude of different things in a multitude of different ways, and it's makes you feel happy and really engaged about what you're actually doing or where you're going on your career path and your business. There's a lot of sort of things that are coming together here, but this is what I mean about sort of like streamlining it in the next week after that, is starting to sort of like put it all into that one cup that you can give it into, and you have loads of opportunities here that you can home into one direction. And I'm not going to sing it. No, I still haven't got a song from One Direction yet. I haven't sung on the reading for ages, actually. I think it's because of my throat. You know, I had that cold in the summer, and that's really knocked it back. Oh, God, I'll be singing before you know it. Okay, so that One Direction that you sort of like been choosing is made out of so many opportunities. And I think it's as many opportunities that you can offer the world as the world can offer you. And you've got to distill it down into that one cup, because when you do, and that's what I think you're going to be doing in the second week, once you do sort of distill it down into one cup, then you can accept that offer from elsewhere, or you can be offering yourself in the way of a job or a business and stuff like that within life as well. It sort of goes both ways with you. Let's just see what this Two of Cups is all about. Let's see what we can get out of that. Oh, you got the Four of Cups. I think this is what he's trying to say. I think the 2 weeks are really interlinked in a way. I think it's sort of like flows from one week to the other. There's no real cut, as it were, between the two. And this Two of Cups here, it is going to be this alignment with yourself, or alignment with another business, an opportunity, a job offer, whatever it is, you coming together with you having a real direction for your job or your business or your projects. It all comes together because you've streamlined a lot. You've really condensed a lot of or concentrated a lot of your strengths and etc. As you go forward. We got the Queen of Pentacles with the King of Cups. Now this is really beautiful. Because water and earth is a fertile land. Whatever this offering or whatever this alignment is within the third week of your month just makes for such beautiful fertile land. It's the only thing that I can it is fertile land. You could plant anything in it and it will grow. It's like your business will grow, your job will grow, your projects will grow in the right sort of directions. And as it brings in that fruit, as I was explaining on the Queen of Pentacles, as you're bringing in that success and those rewards, it's going to make you feel a lot more at ease with who you are and what you're doing, and a lot more calmer about where you should be and what you should be doing in life, and getting your job, your business, or your projects and aligning it into one sort of direction. So all of a sudden you start sort of living exactly what you're, or how you would like to live in regards to your job and your business. It's all a progressional sort of thing as well, because at the end of the day, you start a business, it's not a case of just starting it. It's also, you can grow it. It is organic in a way, as much as the job can be organic. And you're growing with this. And as you grow with it, it becomes more and more fertile. It almost produces more and more the more it grows. And it's really, really good. And it's all coming in very quick for you by the looks of things, Scorpio. So there you go. Thank you very much for being here. Don't forget, you've got your weekly readings coming out on the Friday. I will see you there for that. If you want a live, if you want to do a live and you want to ask questions according to this layout of cards, please, just put in the comment in the description below, love a live, and then we'll sort out a time for doing a live some point in the coming week. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.